Alright, then here wrong button. Here I am. How's everybody doing? I missed reading SCP yesterday, but I was just not. I knew for a fact that if I tried to read SCPs while having zero sleep, I don't know what happened. I don't know why. 2 nights ago, my body just decided like, you ain't going to sleep. You're just going to stay up all night. I don't know what happened there, but I knew if I tried to read SCPs, even though world-wise it would have been actually doable, I knew for a fact, but after like SCP like 3, my body would have been like. So I had to cancel the stream yesterday, but now we're here. We have a nice and short SCP. As you can see, I'm wearing my normal. I'm not wearing my coat. It's because it's drying up. It just got fresh out of the laundry machine. It's probably gonna take like the rest of the night to dry up. Maybe not, but at the end, I'm just gonna stay like this. I can see Casabon and Zeno are here. Welcome to the Fluff. Ignore the bed. It's not made yet. Yeah, today's laundry day, so that's why everything's kind of like being washed right now. Well, it has been washed. But hey, happy Easter! Happy Easter, everybody. It's Easter Sunday. A normal Fluff today, yeah. I'm still Dr. AfroFluff, I'm just not wearing the God, like, listen. Listen, I still work for the SCP Foundation, I just forgot the code at home. That's all it is to it. Please let me in. Please let me do my job. But, yeah, happy Easter, everybody. By the time this, Dr. Fluff casual mode, yeah, that's fitting. Like, I'm on, doing work from, like, my vacation house. The Foundation was like, hey man, we still need you to do some stuff, and you're like, okay, I guess I'll hop on and do some fucking logging. I'll check the data, don't you worry. God damn it. But hey, I hope everybody's doing well. I'm feeling a lot better when it comes emotionally. I feel, and of course, energy-wise, I'm up there. Hopefully it doesn't crumble halfway through though. Yeah. So Henry's also here. There we go. Alrighty then, I would say let's get started with some SCP reading. Well, again, welcome everybody who's already here, but let's get started. So we have IHP as our first author today. And IHP's author's page is always confusing to me, but I believe, I might be wrong though. The last SCP we had from them was 2487, which was the dire wolves that get pulled in to chase a postman. And as a wolf lover, you know how I like that one. Now that's my shit. Speaking of dire wolves, man, like the fact that like scientists have found a... So, from what I understand, it's not like they resurrected direwolves again. Like, they're still extinct, but they found a way to manipulate the DNA of a regular wolf to be as close as possible to a direwolf. Which is still... Like this, as a wolf is my favorite animal, so... I love that. I love that it's a direwolf. I'm like, hell yeah. But I'm also a somebody who watched movies and read books. So Jurassic Park, everybody, I think that's the first step towards that, and we know how those stories go. So this is a little bit, tiny bit, maybe a little bit concerned. Okay, IHP, you wrote Polar Opposites. That's the SPO that we read today. Okay, what do we have here? What is this? What the hell is this, Adam? Okay, upclass safe, level 1/2560 classified. That's a beautiful picture. Photograph of Coral Castle, circa 2011. The Wellwitch SCP 2560-1 was recovered from platform is behind metal railings to the left of a lamppost. Let's look at this picture a little bit more closer, shall we? Is it this one? Oh, hey. Alpha's page, go away. Was we come from behind metal railings to the left of the lamppost. So, this one? That's a lamppost right here. That's the metal railings. Unless there's another one. No, I think that's the only one the one they're talking about. They're bringing back Tasman Tigers too. Again, I hope. Let's see how that goes. Like at the end, it's cool, but at the same time, who knows how what our society is going to do with that. Special containment procedures. -1 is to be kept in large document storage locker in Reliquary Site 32. Only 3 approved Foundation personnel plus 10. I mean, the music is a little bit loud. Let me just turn it down a little bit. Plus 10 Class D personnel are allowed to view more than 256 pages of -1 at any given time for purposes of testing. -2 is currently disassembled pending testing. -3, okay, so we have at least 3 parts here, are currently kept in a glass display case at Reliquary Site 32 for all site personnel to view at their leisure due to the benign nature of the anomaly present. It's to be removed from the case once weekly to change for any signs of decay or deterioration. Despite the fact that the home of Edward Leedskalnin is a tourist attraction in Florida, no containment procedures around it have been deemed necessary due to the lack of anomalies in the area. Regular observation of the area will be carried out by agents embedded in park staff. Humans are yeah, exactly. I mean, I had that discussion with like cats last time, of like why do, because I think we talked about like owning exotic animals, and I was like, yeah, but like the only reason why people, I forgot how we got to this, like what her point was, but he was basically saying like, oh yeah, you know, owning exotic animals is like, it's like a thing that people do, and I was like, yeah, but it's not because of the love for the animal, you know. I think that's what she wanted to like argue, is like, oh, I would love to have an exotic animal, and because like some people do the same thing, and I said, yeah, but that's because it's a status thing, right? It's a status thing. It's not like a thing where like it's like, oh, I love tiger, let me take care of a tiger, and make sure they like live happy and healthy and they're like protected or anything like that. It's mostly like, I have money, let me have tiger to show off. And yeah, at the end I was right, because after a little bit of research, it is mostly the reason why humans have any exotic animal to begin with. So yeah, I forgot again how that argument point came up, but it was something I had, like, I was like thinking like, yeah, there's nobody who has a very exotic animal does it because they're like, I want to take care of the animal, make sure that like it can thrive and then like have children and then like it doesn't go extinct. It's never the case. Like actual sanctions for that exist, and they are doing that, but a single individual, no way. SCP-2560, I mean, rarely, very rarely. SCP-2560 refers to several anomalies related to created by Edward Leedskalnin, a Latvian sculptor and engineer born in 1887. Leedskalnin is best known for building the Coral Castle, an estate in Florida built largely out of limestone megaliths. -1 is a 1024-page written manuscript and mainly concerns what the author refers to as magnetic currents that hold life together, originating from the north and south poles within matter, as opposed to magnetic fields generated by ions. Only 512 of these pages, or half of it, are written on. The remainder are left blank for a reader to make their own conclusions. You need 512 pages to make your own conclusion? What do you mean by that? Despite the fact that this and several other theories presented have no scientific basis, experiments within -1 can be replicated by individuals who have read directly from the text, and experiments will often have results similar to what the author presents. -2 is a magnetic construction created by Leedskalnin. Dash 2 uses 42 anomalous versions of the perpetual motion holder assembly invented by Leeds Colin, with 16 placed on the front and 26 placed towards the rear. Dash 2 will not activate unless at least 256 pages, which is half of the 512 that we had before. Okay, pages of Dash 1 have been read by an individual operating it. When this condition is met, Dash 2 will disintegrate matter placed at the center of the magnets, with the exception of pieces of limestone, specifically oolite. Exactly 16 minutes 26 seconds later, matter seemingly destroyed by Dash 2 will be reintegrated into reality at the original location. Human subjects that have used Dash 2 reported seeing a landscape matching either the magnetic North Pole, 75.76673 degree north, 99.7833 degree west, or the magnetic South Pole, 90.0000 degree south, 0.0000 degree west of the Earth. Subjects do not appear to be corporeal during this time. Furthermore, subjects report seeing a man matching the description of Leeds Colin standing nearby, designated Dash 2A. Dash 2A will occasionally respond to attempts to initiate conversation with humans who use Dash 2. For details, see interview 1. And here we have Edward Leeds Colin in circa 1910. Oh yeah, the typical like bowl hat and fine-looking, dapper-looking gentleman. Dash 3 are the cadavers of Edward Leeds Colin and Agnes Scoofst, a loving woman who was Leeds Colin's ex-fiancée. Not fiancé, ex-fiancé. Ooh, we getting spicy. Okay, why is she involved in all this? Despite both individuals being deceased for years as of 2014, neither instance of Dash 3 has experienced any decay either externally or internally. Nasal, oral, and endoscopic examination has shown that both instances Dash 3 are sterile, and all tissue in the instance is impermeable, including all epithelia and ocular tissue. Furthermore, when not restrained, both instances hover approximately 20 centimeters above any surface they are placed on. Ooh, oh, like, again, the polar opposites, right? So like just like magnets that hover. Which makes me then wonder, was the ex-fiancé basically also like a polar opposite? And that's why she's involved in all this? Like, personality-wise, was she like the complete flip of who Leeds Colin was? Recovery log. Dash 1 was discovered by the crew of the television show Debunking the Pyramids, a skeptic show dedicated to eliminating paranormal myths and conspiracies about the construction of ancient structures such as the pyramid at Giza, Egypt. The host of the show, Harold Sachs, found the manuscript after inspecting the well at the Leeds Colin home in Homestead, Florida, and assembled Dash 2 with help from his production crew, under the assumption that it was a construction tool used by Leeds Colin. Dash 2 was then activated in a live streaming broadcast on the program website. Great. Resulting in the disintegration of Mr. Sachs. After 16 minutes 26 seconds, Mr. Sachs reappeared. However, technical difficulties prevented crucial portions of the event from being streamed and was widely dismissed as a hoax. Foundation operators administered Class A amnestics to the crew of Debunking the Pyramids. A magnet judging your relationship. Hey man, I want to ask this girl out, gets pulled to the north. Following the recovery of Dash 1 and Dash 2, the bodies of Edward Leeds Colin was discovered missing by cemetery caretakers in Miami-Dade County, Florida. After 26 hours, 26 again, the body spontaneously materialized in the center of Dash 2. And an additional 16 hours later, the cadavers of Agnes and 16. Okay, so just like up here, 16 minutes, 26 seconds, so 26 hours, 16 hours. The cadaver of Agnes Scuffs appeared. SB2560 was classified as safe on the 2nd, 16th, 2016. I wonder what the 16 and 26 have to do with each other. Like, why those specific numbers? Interview 3. On the 1st, 21st, 2014, Dr. Richards Farrell was selected to use Dash 2 to communicate with the entity designated Dash 2A and record the results once he returned. Dr. Feller was selected due to his fluency in Latvian and a high retentive memory. As recording equipment ceases to function upon use of -2. Makes sense. So he can like fully recall what they discussed. Dr. Feller reports appearing in front of the barbecue pit located at the magnetic South Pole. I want to see. Hold on now. You can't just say that. Maybe that's something different. I legitimately was like, who the fuck? I was like, who has a barbecue pit? But maybe it's like Leeds Colin has it, so I was like, that's not real. The pit is reported identical, but in better condition to the one present in the former home of Leeds Colin. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. It's actually just his barbecue pit, but like flipped. Contact was initiated by the entity resembling Leeds Colin. Oh, hello. Would you like a hot dog? They're almost done. Only 2 cents. No, thank you. How can you eat that? They're delicious. That's how I can eat them. No, I mean, you're incorporeal. How can you be eating a hot dog? Produces a hot dog from a pressure cooker over the barbecue pit and places it in the bun it produces from its coat. It's because they are alive, my friend. And life, even in death, cannot be destroyed. That's rather philosophical, Mr. Litzkonen. Ah! You have heard of my work. Of course you have. Why else would you be here? -2A begins consuming the hot dog. Oh, that's good dog. I have. Tell me, how am I here? I was just at the facility in redacted. You are here because your body has been destroyed. Now, you are all magnets, and magnets originate from the North and South Poles, so naturally, you must be drawn to either the North or South Pole. You, my friend, were a North Pole magnet, so you're naturally drawn to the South Pole. So, I'm dead. I would imagine not. You're not like the rest of them. -2A indicates the empty space around them. You have more vibrancy to you. You will go back soon, like that television person. -2A spontaneously vanishes and is replaced by an unknown humanoid entity. We appear to be in great amount of pain. Dr. Farrell later noted that the entity seemed to be dissolving. Unknown entered. Edward, yeah. Edward is a lunatic madman. Who are you? Dabu Vinu, use Billy on Likvinam Numirt. Bring him to the castle and make him die. Hold on a minute. So he's talking about Edward, that Edward. Okay. Interesting. So, what? At this point, the entity begins flickering out of existence, being replaced by -2A. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure I'm butchering the pronunciation of any of this. Do not tell him I was here. -2A reappears, doubled over as if in pain. Dr. Feller arrives to assist it. What was that? Oh, it happens occasionally. My magnets were not stable, so I sometimes go up north. It happens when you see my machine too much. -2A stands up. I used to try and become Northern. Northern? I don't understand. Use your brain. You're a man of science, are you not? Do I have to spell it out for you? You're all akin to children, except children are far better than you. Please, if you would, for the record. Bah. Very well. My Sweet 16 was a South magnet, as was I. A term of endearment used by Leeds Colin to describe Agnes Scoofs. Scoof was 16 years old during their engagement. 10 years younger than Leeds Colin, of course. Yeah. Yeah. Only people who are opposites in terms of polarity. Oh, wait a minute. So she was 16 and he was 10 years older, so he's 26. So that must be like why the 16 minutes and 26 seconds and the 26 hours and 16 hours with them. Okay, gotcha. Okay. Only people who are opposites in terms of polarity may be together. North and South only. South and South or North and North repel, like iron magnets. I attempt to use my creation to reverse my charge. So you reason that if you were opposite the polarities that you would be together? Yes. But there's a problem I did not think of. -2A begins tending the barbecue pit once again. She's Southern, so she goes north. I'm north most of the time, so I go south. In other words, you can never see her. It is the curse of the magnets. Opposites attracts, and as long as we are opposite, we can never be together. Dash 2A size and produces another hot dog from the barbecue, handing it to Dr. Fell. It will be time for you to go soon, I think. How time flies. Have this one. As you Americans say, on the house. Dr. Fell takes the hot dog and bites into it. Could use some ketchup. I can't please everyone, I suppose. At this point, Dr. Fell reappeared in the center of Dash 2A, and the entity seen by him has been classified as Dash 2B. The hot dog the return with Dr. Fell is currently undergoing extensive testing. God, what is this fucking hot dog? Let's see you butcher some Latvian. Yeah, I absolutely did. Without a doubt. But at least, hey, one thing I know for sure, if they ever write Swiss German, which they never will, they never will, because Swiss German is the one language, well, one of the languages, I'm not sure if there's another one, that doesn't have a dictionary, technically, because every canton that speaks Swiss German speak it differently. Not considered an official language, that is still... I will never forget when I learned that the first time. I was like, what do you mean? But if they ever have Swiss German in SCP Foundation, you betcha that all y'all will be lost without me. Regular German, that is fine, but Swiss German, you will be lost. Apparently this guy was real. Edward Leeds Cullinan? Okay. Okay. So... But I do wonder now... Who was the entity that was like saying... Like, what do you guys think? And don't go into discussion. Don't try to research it. I want you, like, your own opinion of what you guys think was the entity. Like, what do you guys think was that? Like, part of me... Cupid. What makes you think that the entity was Cupid? Because at first I thought maybe it's like a part of like Edward's it's kind of had something to do with love or relationships. Yeah, I can see what you mean. But why would Cupid be speaking Latvian and not Roman? They were Italian, or Latin, to be more exact, Latin. Okay, him marrying a 16-year-old girl at 26 happened in real life. I mean, yeah, back in the day, that is, you know, in the 1800s, that's sadly how it was, right? Like, it's like, oh, hey, date my daughter who's not even an adult yet. Cupid's old, mate. Yeah, I know Cupid's old. But like, how first question would be, how would he even have Cupid trapped in whatever like limbo he is? Oh, bot. That bot was fast. Usually they show up like an hour or two later. It's the SCP Foundation. That's fair. That's fair. Part of me thinks it's like some part, like a part of him that he expunged out of his own body. Like, I believe that that maybe maybe at the beginning, like he was both north and south, and then like he got rid of the southern part of him. Like, he ejected it out of his body somehow. And that's why they swap. Because it's like they take over each other's spot. Because it's technically the same person, but it's like the southern version of him. That's what I theorized at first. I'm pretty sure the SCP Foundation has a couple under control with quantum reality benders. God, yeah, no, that's fair. Looking at this Wikipedia page and says this was an essential lift on exclusive diet of only crackers and sardines. Well, in this case, yeah, hot dogs. In this one, hot dogs. But yeah, Cupid would be an interesting theory because of like the whole like love. I'm going with the theory that's like that he was a mix of North and South before, and because Agnes was pure South, he had to like eject the Southern part out of him to be together with her. That is my theory, but yeah, who knows? Kazabon, what is your theory? Actually, we don't need theories, no canon rule. But theories are fascinating, man. They're fun to just like, especially in this case, you can just be like, oh, what is it? Alright. Well, I guess in that case, I'll go to the next SCP then.